Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Today, we're going to be taking you through how to attract clients fast, and it's all to do with PR planning. Okay, we can hear you. Thank you very much, Fiona, who's told me everybody can hear me. Right, okay, and so you can be seen everywhere. So I'm now just going to kick start. Here we go. So in today's training, I'm going to show you how you can plan for your PR for the year of 2019, which is the year to be seen, okay? How to grow your business with the power of PR, because it really does work. Last year I had 5 minutes on, what was it, LBC radio, and so, because I was talking as a PR expert, and I managed to land myself an amazing client, and she was based in Sweden. So, you know, literally 5 minutes and I landed a VIP client. So you just do not know where people are going to read about you or hear about you. So really you can grow your business using PR. Going to show you how you can become the media friendly go-to expert in your field. And by doing that, you grow your mailing list and increase your followers. And hooray, yes, we get more sales inquiries, which is what we all want to do. We all want to grow our businesses. Stay to the end, because I do have a special gift for you. It's a chance to apply for one of my PR planning for 2019 strategy sessions, so I can help you out with what your product is or your service is. Now, are you, in your industry, do you feel this, that you are the best kept secret? Do you keep seeing your competition, you know, shouting from the rooftops? Are they always there in the press, or not always, but, you know, do you often open up the newspaper and you think, oh my God, why the hell am I not in it and they've chosen somebody else? I used to get this all the time when I was running my knitwear business. I'm going to show you some pictures in a minute of the items, but I missed out on so many opportunities because I just didn't know the timings. I didn't really understand about newspapers and magazines, about their actual pitching windows. So if you're the best kept secret, now it's time for you to actually shine above everybody else. Your competitors are collaborators, you know, just, you know, everybody look at where your competitors have been appearing in, get inspired by them, and then potentially you can pitch to the same or different places. So if you're the best kept secret, you are in the right place. I'm going to help you not be that dot on the horizon anymore and make sure that you are highly #visible. But before I start, some of you don't know who I am, and I want to give a quick intro about who I am. This is not me. These are my 2 children about 10 years ago. That's Felix, who's now 13. That's Nina, she's 11. And they used to just spend their time when I was busy in my office selling my knitwear. This is actually the time when I met Julie, who's on the call. They were just literally using up all my MAC lipstick. It's Twig, if anybody ever wants to gift me a MAC lipstick. But anyway, they were just literally in there prattling around because I was too busy trying to get my business into the press and do all the other things that we have to do when we're juggling being solopreneurs and you know, running our own businesses. So my business, it was a knitwear company. My husband is Peruvian, so I used to import lovely, luxurious knitwear from Peru. That was my kind of, you know, my little press hook, my bit of heritage. Lovely alpaca. I used to go out to the Andes to go and source it. There used to be an amazing factory over there. I really enjoyed it. But I do also come from a family-based business. My mum was an amazing entrepreneur, and she set up a business called Janet Cole's Beads, and she got her company into the press by literally writing one small letter to the Daily Mail. You write letters in those, that was back in the 80s before email existed. And she literally got deluged by sackloads of mail of you know, postal orders requesting her lovely glossy catalogue. So I remembered, wow, the power of PR, when you set up your own business and you do feel like you're a dot on the horizon, that actually you need to make a big splash. Don't forget, I mean, lots of people actually have, you know, lack confidence in getting into the press. But I always say, if you're not going to do it, then who's going to do it for you? Unless, of course, you're paying an expensive PR agency to do it. And that is why I'm so passionate about empowering business owners to go off and do it themselves, because I've cut my teeth doing it while some of my, you know, I show you the pictures of the kids because I was getting all this press coverage, managed to get myself into Marie Claire, You Magazine, Pregnancy and Baby, Vogue. You can see all these lists, all these titles here. I did that on my own. I used to, you know, go into WH Smith's with the children, buy bag loads of magazines, go to the front or the second or third pages and see what the contact details were, and literally you know, and called, smile and dial. That's what I did. But in so doing, I missed out on quite a lot of opportunities. I remember opening up Heat magazine one day, and they just had one double-page spread of beautiful knitwear berets. And I thought, oh my God, my beret. You can't see it down here, but if you look at the very bottom right, you can see my head. And that's my the beret I used to wear. I got that into the Independent, by the way. I literally just sent a high-res picture to the Independent and it got in. Those are in the days when it was not easy, but, you know, getting into the press, well, it was a hard job then. But this, you know, the Independent just picked it up because I think they like the bright colours, and also they like the fact that it was from the Andes. You know, it's not just a China off-the-shelf type thing. So think about whenever you're pitching to the press, what is, you know, how you are relevant, and what also is your heritage that makes it important. So now, I used to be a creator of a luxury knitwear brand. I also took on some PR agencies to help me get into the press. None of these pictures here are from the PR agencies, but I also always found that me getting into the press, always worked much better than you know, than using PR agencies, which again is why I want to empower you guys to do it yourselves. So I'm now known as the ultimate door opener because I help people, you know, knock down those doors of places you always love to get into. The Times, the Telegraph, Psychologist magazine. We've got a really good relationship there with the Psychologist editor. You know, so where do you want to be seen? Let's hear it and let's see whether we can help together you do that. And in some cases, it's totally, getting into the press has totally game changed people's businesses. I had one client, I managed to get him a, you know, one huge page, like, you know, single page, huge page article in an investigative journalism piece in a red top. And he actually took in sales £210,000, or rather he actually managed to land himself a contract for £210,000. So, you know, sometimes getting into the press, it's just great for your confidence, but sometimes it can actually turn into cash money, which is always a great thing as well. And last year I was voted PR advisor for Enterprise Nation Awards, which was great. So here I am. I just hope this explains why I'm doing what I'm doing, a bit of my background for you. And I now help people get multiple press mentions. There's somebody on this call who's a rapper. Can you see her down there bottom right? She got interviewed. She sent out a press release. She got in touch with the Times, and fantastically, she had a huge page spread as well. It was brilliant. We've got people onto ITV to comment and to debate. People in psychologies. These are all experts, or they have a product. So it really goes across industry, B2B, B2C. And there you go. I'm always like a proud mum. I always rush into WH Smith still to go and buy the physical copies. I don't always like looking at online. I actually like to see the paper itself. Here is Jenny Hallam, who we managed to get some press coverage as well, a double-page spread, which was amazing. So you can do that. So let's plan for your PR. Now, I hope most of you have actually got this planner. If you haven't, I can show you a link later on. But I want to talk to you about getting into the press. It's not just, you know, doing a random spray and pray, which I would be guilty of doing in those days when I had my knitwear and had my little youngsters. You need to have a press kit, which is what, it's almost like it's a one-page CV, which is colourful and it's got your logos on and where else you've appeared in the press. A press release, yes, they are still relevant. Whenever I smile and dial and speak to journalists, they always say, oh, can you send me a press release? You know, there's always a debate. Are press releases old hat? Are they, you know, do they go out with the dinosaurs? No. The press still like to see them because it has all your contact details, the relevant information about, you know, your business, why you set it up, and also a quote inside it. So, yeah, you still need a press release. You don't have to send it out. You don't have to do a mass send out, but just send it. If you talk to journalists, they say, have you got one? Then you can send it to them. You also need to have great pictures. So even if you are offering a service, you still need to have good head and shoulders pics. There's a fire walker in here. I can't remember what your name was, sorry, but you know, I'm sure you've got some amazing pictures of you fire walking. And then also a short bio. You know, you can have like a paragraph bio, but also just like a two-liner. I even say try to nail it in 8. Just got someone making a chat. Oh, that's you, Lottie. Yes, sorry, I forgot your name. Lottie, you're the firewalker, of course. Yes, so I say nail it in 8. So, you know, when you go to networking meetings, many of us have to do it. If we stand up and people just hold, you know, reams of paper with their whole explanation of what they do and who they are. my eyes glaze over. I can never ever remember what who they are at the end of it. So I say nail it in 8, and this is my nail it in 8. I help entrepreneurs to secure press coverage. You know, it's something like that. And then I also have a so that they can gain more clients, so that they can attract more clients. So try and think about your nail it in 8. So that's a little short bio, but the journalists always want to have a little bio as well, and be cheeky, always add in your website at the end of it. So they, you know, because otherwise they may not ask. They're gonna, you know, journalists are really busy. So if you don't put your website in, they probably will forget.
Put the underwear on in a bit.
Oh, hold on a sec. Righty-ho. Thought bio. And then also getting into the press is actually reacting to stories, okay? Oh, I think I need to mute a few mics here. Yes, so you need to actually be able to be reacting to the press, so make sure that you tune in. And I listen to the radio 24/7. I love the news. I'm always I'm always listening to it. So if there's anything vaguely relevant to your product or service, make sure that you hop onto it. But we're not talking about that today. It's all about being proactive, and it's all about your press hook. What is a press hook? Oh, and sorry, and then it's the pitch. You know, you've got your press hook, and then whatever you're going to be doing, whether you're being proactive or reactive, you still need to know how to pitch to the press. But today it is going to be all about your press hook, and this is why the planner session is really relevant. So I'm sure many of you are saying, what the hell is a press hook? It's a very techie term. So a press hook, it is something to have that you can actually peg your story to. So you'll hear journalists saying, so can you peg it to something? It literally is pegging it to an event that is relevant and happening currently or going to be happening in the future. So just think about my rusty nail hook, all right? And then hang your coat from it. What is your coat? Your coat is going to be that actual story idea. And it's being relevant and timely and getting the key date. That is so, so important, because don't forget, news is news. Right, so the press, they actually do plan ahead, believe it or not. Of course they do, because they're publishing magazines and newspapers. Sometimes, you know, obviously being news, as I've just said, you have to react and do it in a jiffy, but also to do plan ahead. So they are planning, so we must do too. So please, no more random approaches. I'm saying that because that's what I was guilty of. Even though I did manage to get masses of press coverage, I did do a lot of random. So here's how not to be random. Get one of these jobs. Don't do it now, please. I just hope you're going to be focusing on this presentation. So there's a great website called calendarpedia.co.uk, and download a blank canvas, okay? Have it for your year. And at the end of this presentation, I'm going to show you my kind of mock-up version of it. But what you can do is you can see your year, and then when you go through on another page or another window on your computer, you'll look at my planner, and then you'll put in relevant dates, you'll fill out, and then hopefully you can use different colours, so you highlight what you're going to be pitching, how and when, and what story. So start off with a blank canvas. Now, when you downloaded your calendar, you'll have seen this. It's the small print. I hate small print. I never ever read it. But on this occasion, please read it. It's only small. It's very, very small print. So number one, go through the calendar and have a look at any events that you feel are relevant. But don't forget, some of the events, they'll be so unconnected to your business. It's like, oh my God, how the hell? But yes, you can connect your business to things which aren't necessarily, let's say if you're a mental health practitioner, you don't just need to think about Mental Health Week, okay? Then look at the target audiences. So I'm going to show you this in a minute in an example. So who are the press target audiences, okay? What kind of publications are they that you'd like to approach? And this is so fundamental. Look at the timer symbol at the top of each page, because that is when you should be pitching and not missing your pitches, okay? So number one, I was talking to you about events. At the very top of every single month of the calendar, it has a little summary of the key events. So September at a glance, you've got the 3rd, which is back to school. You've got the Great North Run, and you've got the 23rd of September, which is when autumn begins. Now, I'm going to just quickly say a disclaimer. This calendar does not have every single UK event in it. This has got 50, I think it's actually 53. I might have to expand it, but you know, this is it's a good enough calendar, and it's got a lot of events that you can peg your stories to. So number one, look at your key events. And then look in more finer detail, September the 8th, the Great North Run. Okay, so if you're based up north, you can relate your content to the event. You know, what is it because you're from the north? Have you got a B&B? Have you got some great eating plans? Not everybody in the north runs there. I know that people come from the south, from, you know, everywhere. So this will be relevant for wherever you are in the country about to go on this north run. So eating plans, we've got any training tips, we've got any checklists, you know, the essential thing, what to do or what not to do the night before you go on a massive run. And then another event, here we are, September the 23rd, autumn begins. So just think about that. You can do heartwarming, lovely recipes of soups and lovely, you know, warming up food. What about fashion ideas? Again, this is when my knitwear would have been really relevant, because it's when it starts to get cold. What about skincare regimes? Okay, so you'll, you know, just take a good old look through the events. And then number 2 is thinking about who is your target audience. This is target audience for the press. So first of all, think about the magazine you'd like to get into, and then you think about the interests for those, you know, for the editors and for the journalists. So if it's May the 2nd World Password Day, then yes, tech is very important, digital marketing, internet, IT security, family, men's interests, women's interests. So just look at the target audiences. Okay, May the 4th be with you. It's Star Wars Day. So the target audiences will be men's interests. So men's interests will be men's magazines. I don't know whether GQ is still around. You know, it's typical men, you know, male type publications. Children's interests, you know, what are the, there's Aquila, a lovely magazine called Aquila, which might be a fun one for you to try and get into. Lifestyle, and it's also relevant for arts and entertainment. Right, so that's that. Ooh, just need to mute someone. If you've got your mic on, do you mind muting it, please? Thank you very much. So then you look at the target audience here of the bank holiday. It's family life, childcare, lifestyle. So it's all about, I think, going for picnics, you know, doing some lovely family events like that. Okay, so pitching windows. Ooh, sorry, can somebody mute their mic, please? Somebody's got their mic on. I can't see who it is. Okay, well anyway, thank you whoever muted it, that's brilliant. Okay, now this is super important. It's your pitching windows, okay? I didn't understand these pitching windows at the beginning, but I love them now. So here we are, look at the top dial of every single month, okay? So glossy magazines, they are creating their magazine pieces 3 to 6 months in advance. So now, if you want to get into a glossy magazine for June, for the June issue, if you've got something relevant for the summer solstice or bring your dog to work day or anything like that, I know Susie Walker from Psychologies magazine, she has a dog and he's called Oscar, and that's actually how I managed to kind of get in with her at the beginning, because I had a puppy called Perry, who's a Sprocker. And I sent her lots of puppy pictures. She loves a puppy picture. So a hint would be, hey Susie, it's the 21st of June. Why don't you bring your dog to work day? She might already have covered it. This is just like a random potential thought. So now she might be thinking about, you know, she'll be looking at the calendar as well. Everybody will be, and they'll be, you know, they'll have already had their planning meeting for the year, but they will also know what they're going to be doing for June issues. So now until March is when you should be pitching to those publications. So for example, with my knitwear, I really wanted to get into a glossy magazine, and I'd always be pitching to them, let's say in September, and they've already put the magazine to bed. They do all of their, you know, their Christmas pages. You know, they all have to fake up Christmas trees and winter scenes and all the rest of it in the month of August, okay? So you just got to really think ahead. Now for the dailies, and also don't forget dailies, it also is relevant for TV and radio. Look at 2 to 4 weeks ahead for pitching, okay? So, but also don't forget there will be, you know, when things crop up in the press, then you can pitch literally the next day. But if there's an event you want to pitch for, your pitching window is going to be May if you want to get into June. I hope that makes sense for you. So now we're going to go over January in a snapshot. We're going to quickly look at it because it's quite relevant, because we're in January, it's freezing, and there's some quite interesting, you know, things happening now. Number one, if you wanted to get into the glossy, you should have been pitching in July/October. So we have a client, he's got a double page spread at the moment in Psychologist magazine. And that call out, literally, I was on the train when I was in an event when I had to call out, and I remember being on the train sending to my PR team, help, send my client's press kit over, please. That was in October, and the magazine has just come out. So that just proves to you that it is a 6 to 3 month lead time. Okay, so look at January. So you should have been pitching then. Don't worry, because there are still some people doing call outs now for January. I'm going to show you that in a minute. So then look at your Blue Monday, all right? The 21st is coming up. So that is in, I think, a week or so's time. So that's a big event which is happening. And then you have also got, the whole month is Dry January. So people will be talking about Dry January. I think they would have been researching it before. So I'm going to show you that. Here we are. What I do is I look at the month ahead. I then pop over to my best friend for any journalist stuff. You go to Twitter. And you go to #journo, just put in the search term #journo request, okay? So I did this last night, and I'm proving to you that, journalists do plan ahead. So Rachel Moss, she put a call out in December. So I literally put in Veganuary, #journo request and saw what it brought up for me. So what I do is I, first of all, look at the request, say, calling all vegans, what's the one thing you tell non-vegans / people thinking of doing it in Veganuary? So that was back in December. Comment below or DM me. So immediately, what you can do is you can hover, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but you can hover over Rachel Moss, over her name, which is in bold, and then it brings up her, her profile in Twitter. And it goes, and all the bells go, ding, 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 ding. Yes, she's a reporter at the HuffPost. Because you see, you don't want to be, breaking your back and trying to get some press coverage to a blogger who's only got 300 followers. Don't bother doing that. You want to be going for the big boys. So that would have been a great one. And then the other great thing about Rachel is that she has a tab open here that you can actually directly message her. A lot of people don't have that. So, you can send her a private message, or you literally just reply. And can you see it was very popular? 27 comments. 5 people retweeted it and 30 people liked it. So that was that. And then again, on the 13th of December, and I found that again because I did #journal request Veganuary in the search bar, Niam, I just don't know how to pronounce that name, Niam, she says, I'm planning a documentary for my attempt at Veganuary. And by the way, FYI, I had a vegan meal last night. I'm a carnivore, but I actually want to get more veggie. I had a vegan meal, so I was really pleased. I might just have to tell Niam that I had a lovely meal. It was beans and spinach and tomato. Lovely. Anyway, so I'm planning on documenting my attempt at Veganuary for Healthy Food Mag. So what I instantly do is I look there, see where she is, editorial assistant, right? And then she also, amazing, she gives you her email address there as well. So if anybody is relevant for healthy food, healthy eating, healthy recipes, etc., that is great. And also here, so she's got 2 email addresses. So I would actually send one email to one and one email to another. I'm just going to have to mute someone. There you go. There you go. Somebody, sorry to be sounding like a bossy teacher, but someone has also got their microphone on. If you don't mind muting, I'd really, really appreciate that. Okay. So anyway, so these people are planning ahead, all right? Just got a comment here. Oh, Neve! I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, I'm rubbish. I mean Siobhan, I can never pronounce that. Okay, thank you very much. It's Neve. God, and it's pronounced Niam. All right, Sarah, is it possible to kill your mic off, please? Thank you very much for being helpful, Guy. Right, God, I can't believe that Neve is spelled Niam. Anyway, excuse me. So Neve is doing that. So there you go. So that is an example of journalists planning ahead. However, you do still have people being a bit last minute. Now I know how to pronounce this name, Neve Donnelly. This was just literally last night when I was doing the finishing touches to this, presentation. She said, I'm looking for broadcast journalists. They're actually not looking for, entrepreneurs, looking for broadcast journalists taking part in Dry January. So she probably wanted to go and, have her on TV or radio, or I don't know what she was doing about it. But anyway, it's worth a shot. Now, there's a way that you can be cheeky with hashtag journal requests, but don't be too cheeky, otherwise, you know, journos just don't like it. You can actually promote yourself using the hashtag journal request. So this is Jessica. She's a fellow PR. I'm just seeing what the comment was. Sorry. Sarah's mic. Oh. Right, okay, Sarah. I can't see. Sorry, we're just trying to mute someone's microphone. Do bear with everybody. Okay. I don't know where you know, where Sarah is. I can't find it, so I just have to try and concentrate. Oh, mute. Right. I managed to mute her. She's unmutable. Never mind. She's being highly visible or audible. Righty-ho. So, where are we here? Right, so Jessica, she says, believe in Blue Monday or see it as a nonsense. I've got statistical data to prove this theory. And then I saw that she was also saying other things, PR hashtag. I think she must be working for some clients. She's like, I've got statistical data about, she had another topic that she had other statistical data about as well. So you can do that. I can't see how many likes and shares and everything it's got, but it's worth a shot if you want to be a bit cheeky. But I would just, to be fair, I would actually use it literally for journal, you know, for you to be researching your journal requests, okay? So that's an example. Oops. Now we're going to be talking about Blue Monday and beyond. Now there's a woman on the call who just told me how to pronounce Neve. It's called Kai. And I sent out an email before, you know, asking you if anybody could contribute towards this and say, what is your website? What's your mission? Who's your typical customer? So I can kind of try and include it and give you some live examples. So I'm going to give you a live example with Kai, all right? Kai says, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, my mission is to help parents build a mentally healthier and happier generation of young people, all right? And I've spoken to Kai before, and I know that she's got a brilliant toolbox for teenagers, you know, to help them. So listen to this. How about, and I'm sure you've already been considering this, Kai, Blue Monday, all right? So it might be blue. It's going to be blue for the teenagers. It's probably also going to be blue for the parents who have got teenagers who are helping them, you know, everybody's pulling their hair out at the same time. So how about contributing, giving, you know, Kai, I'm sure you've got some hints and tips. You might have already been pitching this already, you know, the 5 steps or the 5 top tips, 10 top tips on how to get through Blue Monday, which is typically, you know, the most depressing day of the year, all right? So think about that. We've also got some ideas, shared debt busting strategies. That's not for Kai, but you know, you can offer additional support and happiness. So what can you do? A smile campaign. Can you get, you know, let's get the teenagers to smile, lift their heads up from their smartphones and smile. Hashtag. How about doing that as a, for example? Oh, Kirsten says that she's going to be promoting her blue outfits and hats. Yes, yes, yes. I've got an amazing hat from Kirsten. She does wedding outfits for mother-in-laws. Anyway, so that's Kai for Blue Monday. Oops, hang on. Then, February the 5th is Safer Internet Day, all right? I don't know if you've considered this, Kai, when you're researching, doing your lovely homework before you came onto this call. Safer Internet Day is really good because you see, you know, we keep hearing about it in the press all the time. You know, it was in the newspaper just last week, doctors saying that, you know, that children or teenagers, etc., should have an hour's break before going to bed. So how about a safer Internet Day? Kai, you can talk about A, how to be safe online, but B, how to be happier with your smartphone or with your being online constantly. So that might be an idea. March the 7th, now you see, those are kind of major, you know, the first 2 might be quite obvious examples. How about World Book Day? So I'm thinking World Book Day for you, Kai, because I am the mother of 2 children, as you've seen. And, you know, we've had to spend many, many years going through, you know, primary school, having to, you know, purchase expensive, how do you call it, outfits, you know, for World Book Day, because they need to dress up as Harry Potter and all the rest of it. But actually, do you know what? Why isn't World Book Day a good day also for teenagers? So how about re-engaging with your children? My son, all he ever wants to do now before he goes to bed is go on his phone, which I think is gross. And I want to get him off it. So I need to try and find him a book which is going to engage him. I need to find him like a horror book or, well, that's not great for before bedtime. I'm sure he'll tell me off, Kai. But basically sitting, reading with your child is an amazing thing. So how about doing that as a tip as well for World Book Day, Kai? March the 31st, Mothering Sunday. So maybe with your teens that you help, you can help them actually, you know, help them, give them some 5 ideas of, you know, presents under £5, under 10, under 15 for their mums, okay? How to have a great day, how to make a mum feel special on Mothering Sunday for these angsty teenagers. Then you've got April, which is Easter Sunday. How about, you know, we've all just got through Christmas with our extended families. Easter is often a time when the families all get together as well. So how to survive another family event, you know, maybe that's an idea. And then you've got, this is like a real, you know, pinpoint, a laser focus on you, Kai. So back to school. So I went through the whole calendar with my Kai hat on. So back to school, I know this is relevant for you. This is probably pretty obvious. How to beat the going back to school blues, and you need to be pitching weeks and months beforehand if you want to get into the glossies, etc. So that's a focus there. Now I'm going to give you some other examples of people who did send in their info. So thank you to Pamela. Let's just see, there's a chat. Let me just quickly read the message. Oh, great, fab. I hope, was there any new ideas there, Kai? Anything which you thought, oh, I hadn't thought about that, so let me know. It'd be interesting to know, or whether you got it all covered off. Right, so Pamela is, I also know her because we've spoken before in the past. She says, my ideal clients are people who want to improve themselves by way of personal growth, self-development, spiritual growth, and be the best version of themselves. I've got a bit of a wacky example for you, Pamela, so hold on. So again, I think Blue Monday is quite a good example. And Pamela's actually an author. She's written a book. I haven't got the book title in front of me, but you have written a book. And it's about, you know, how to be happier, basically. So you could be pitching your book for Blue Monday. That's something you could be doing, you know, right now. International Women's Day. You say that your typical clients are females. I wonder how you can, you know, link in. Have you got any international clients that you kind of get together, or people you know abroad? I don't know. What is it that you could do to collaborate with somebody else overseas? Because, you know, your target audience are females. Have you got some hints and tips that you've learned when traveling? I don't know. How can you bring it in? But this is my out of the box kind of idea. On June the 8th, it's the Queen's birthday, and you're thinking, Queen's birthday, what the hell, how the hell is that relevant to, to what I do? Well, do you know what? It's all about being the best version of themselves. And I think the Queen is amazing. Yes, I'm a royalist. Some of you may not be into her, but I think she's great. You know, is she 92, the same age as David Attenborough? And she is always presenting the best version of herself. So you can say, let's all get inspiration from our lovely Reina. Okay, so that's my example for you. Vanessa, I don't know whether you're on the call. She also sent in her information, which I asked. And Vanessa Vinos said, and she runs Luxuria Jewelry Boutique. It's like a little advert, mini advert. My ideal customer is 35 plus. She's a university or a postgrad. She's professional or ex-professional. She shops at Anthropology. Love that shop. At Waitrose, she's well-read, well-traveled. Basically, I think she's minted. You know, she's affluent, let's just say, and she's cultured. Okay, so how can we get your client into the press? So again, let's do Blue Monday, but this is not for the depression side of things. On your homepage, you've got some beautiful, I don't know what the stone is called, but you've got some beautiful bright blue and turquoise stones. Just like Kirsten, who said that she's going to be doing her blue hats. Maybe you two need to collaborate. You know, the lovely, actually, you two need to collaborate, full stop. Jewelry would work very well with Kirsten. Anyway, so yeah, how about some lovely blue jewelry to go with, you know, to get away from the blues? And maybe it's a partner says, oh, you know, you're going to get the blues. This is the only way it's going to cure me. I don't know, whatever. That's like an out-of-the-box idea. And then on the same kind of a theme, you've got St. Patrick's Day. And here we say in our planner, it's Irish themed and it's green branding. Offer your customers pot of gold offers. Well, here's the pot of gold from Luxuria. Beautiful gold ring with a green stone. Again, I don't know what the stone is called inside it, but that's the, you know, it's green, it's green, it's green. So anybody who wants something green to go to their very posh St. Patrick's Day parties, they need to be buying that ring. So therefore you need to be pitching to the press, I think, now. Okay, so those are some examples. Does that all make sense? I'm just going to be looking at a comment. I'm having a sip of water. Okay, you say, thank you, that's great. A lot covered for live broadcast, but I'm slow out of the tracks of PR. That's why I'm here. Good. Lauren. Yes, thank you, Lauren. I got it, but I'm afraid I didn't get it in time. So here we are. I'm just going to go to the next page. Journo requests. I'm going to go back, give you more examples from journo requests for February. So this is, you know, can you see 5 hours? This is when I was doing it last night at, let's just say 9:30 p.m. Getting it ready, you know, getting it really timely and relevant for today. So Tracy Davis, hi team. I'm looking for hotels to do something a little different for Valentine's Day, for quotes and mentions worldwide preferably. So basically, we all know, I mean, the standard dates in, you know, if you think about the year, you normally think of Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Easter, Wimbledon, Halloween, and Christmas, literally 6 dates. No, it's not all about Valentine's Day. You've got Tinnitus Awareness Week, okay? I did not know that existed. So Ellis Palmer, who is a journalist, oh, at the BBC. Hello, Ellis. And he also has his email address there. Ahead of Tinnitus Awareness Week next month, I'm interested in speaking to people with the condition, living with and managing it, okay? So you may be a charity of tinnitus, okay? And so therefore it might be a good opportunity for you to promote your charity and give some case studies for those tinnitus people, sufferers. And then it's Chinese New Year. So milepost communications, writing about Chinese New Year. We've got some great and crafty products. So they're being a bit cheeky and sneaky. They're popping in with their hashtag journo request, even though they're not physically requesting like a journo is doing, okay? You've got the diary. Fashion blogger seeks brands and hotels and restaurants. And then they put it, this is really good. They've got 63,000 Instagram followers. So, you know, so it's always good if if you've got a massive following, just to pump that up. Then people think, oh, it makes them sit up and think, wow, they are influencers. So they're seeking fashion brands for an Instagram follower, an Instagrammer. And then you've got Fairy Queen Maney, says, I'm looking for Valentine's gifts and events to feature on my Valentine's gifts guide. Okay, please contact me for further information, myrealfairy.com. Okay. And this is a really great example. Last year, I worked with Sarah. She is incredible. These are not real hearts. They're not from the butchers. She literally hand sculpts them and makes them out of chocolate. Okay, they're so ghoulish and eye-catching and incredible and wonderful that she had missed all the major glossies because we only started working, I think, in January, tail end of Jan, but we got all this press coverage. So you can get in, if your pitch or if your product is amazing enough, you still probably can make the last minutes. And don't forget, all of these, they're all online. So it's it's not back in the day when my mum was running her business and if it's a newspaper, it's literally on print. Everything's online. And again, you have got your radio and your TV. So, we got some amazing amount of coverage for Sarah and she was over the moon with that and she had really great sales as a result. And then, can you see here, we also got some press for her she has these little duck eggs and bird eggs. Everything she does is a life replica. She got those, she goes to the museum, I think it was the British Museum, and looked at the real, the real eggs which were stored there. No, it wasn't British Museum, it's the Natural History Museum. And then she makes the replicas, so we managed to get her some press coverage for Easter. So she actually also now, Sarah, needs to be not only pitching for Valentine's, she also needs to be pitching for Easter, okay? And then actually you can see her ghoulish fingers here. These are literally fingers, but made out of chocolate. There, if you saw them close up, they have all the fingerprints and all the rest of it inside. So those would be brilliant for Halloween gifts, okay? So that's just a really great example of someone who got masses of press coverage with our company by, planning ahead and getting there. So I'm putting here hashtag journo request plus. So yes, people are still looking ahead. So the Kirsten's on the call. When is, Kirsten, you can answer this, what month is your typical wedding season when all the weddings happen? I'm going to punt for June, it's probably May. So therefore these people, Lizzie Pook, Vicky Chandler, Alice and Alexander, all the rest of it, they're all looking for wedding-y type things. Can you see? I'm on the lookout for people who went on buddy moons. I'm looking for a wedding organizer on how to handle children at wedding. For West Essex Life. I'm looking to feature a woman who's renewed their vows. Here we are, Kirsten's hopefully replied to me. I'm just going to look. Okay, peak season, June to September. Yeah, so really, Kirsten, now is your major time to be pitching to the press. I'm going to be speaking to you a bit later on our VIP call, so I can't wait to nail all those publications you need to be getting into. We can actually respond to all of these hashtags as well. So really, these are the journalists who are planning. So whatever your kind of topic is, or the event that you've spotted in your PR planner, just go hashtag journal request and put in Halloween. It may be way too far in advance, but put in hashtag, you know, I can't think of anything now, you know, National Cancer Week or something like that, whatever your topic is relevant to. And then you'll be seeing the journos who are actually making requests. Hold on. And then take Ruth. Ruth is another client. She makes the most delicious mince pies, and they're raw mince pies, so they're not cooked at all. And she managed to get herself into the 10 best gluten-free mince pies, you know, countdown in the Independent, and she sold out. She did so well. It just shows getting into the press really, really helps. And not only it helps there, but it helps your confidence and awareness. And look, it got shared 105 times. You may not think that's very many. How many comments? It's got 2 comments, I think. But that was, at that time, it had 105 shares. Hopefully it's had many more than that. So a real good tip is, whenever you do get into the press, always be sure to go to these buttons of the article and share it, and then get friends to share it and share it and share it, because then it's a nice compliment to the journalist, and it shows that publication is doing a good job, because everybody wants to read your amazing information. And it just, you know, basically it helps everybody. So I showed you at the beginning the empty calendar. Now here's my filled up calendar. It's only a mock-up, because I actually need to go through my planning with my sister, who's also on the call. We need to plan ahead what events that I actually need to get involved in, okay? So here's how it should look. So I've gone to Calendarpedia. I've now replaced the logo, because I want to have my logo there, so you want to see somebody else's logo. So put your logo at the top right, if you wish, and then just choose your colours. So I've chosen my colours because that's my brand. So purple is the pitch window, and pink is the actual event. So hopefully your calendar is just going to be covered in masses of dots all over the place. Okay, so let's just say I'm going to be pitching, what was the 5th? I think it was Chinese New Year or Password Day. Anyway, whatever, you know, so I need to be pitching now to the digital and the tech press and all the rest of it to see, yes, I'm the relevant person to speak. And, you know, like I said before, you must also be pitching to the planners and producers. So it's the 2 Ps, the planners and producers for the radio and TV shows. It's not just about getting into the written press, okay, online and offline. So that is how your plan should look by Friday. Please go do your homework. You know, what I recommend you do is you take some time out and you do actually, you know, go through your year. It's really, really important, because then you won't be doing spray and pray. You won't be missing essential deadlines and, you know, seeing your competition in a place where you actually should have been. I hope that makes sense, because all I can say to you is make it, and just one piece of publicity can give you credibility, because what you do is you share it, you social share it, your clients are going to see it and they're going to go, yes, that's great, because my you know, she's actually getting the press. It shows that she's doing a good job. You gain clients from it, because whenever I've appeared in the press doing my knitwear or, you know, being a PR expert, people go, oh my goodness, I would like some of her help. So, you know, I'm going to get in touch. And the same will apply to you. And it also gives you confidence. It just reaffirms what you are doing. So that's really, really important. Oh, hi, Sandra. Is it Sandra Palmer? She's got a beautiful bikini range. So, okay, so getting into the press will give you all of the 3 Cs: confidence, credibility, or kudos, and clients, okay? Not always, it doesn't always give you clients, but it really raises your profile. Okay. So we're going to be doing a Q&A, but I just want to tell you a few little bits and bobs beforehand. PR, what Richard Branson says, Sir Richard Branson says, PR is absolutely critical. A good story is infinitely more effective than a front page ad. So when I was running my knitwear business, I do keep harking on about it, but it's a product, you know, that's where I kind of cut my teeth. It was my MBA in running a business, really. And that's where I learned everything about getting into the press and, you know, competition and seeing where you're popping for all the rest of it. I also got many phone calls from, you know, sales, how do you call them? Ad sales people, okay? And they say, oh, my editor's chosen you, especially Amanda, your knitwear is outstanding. We really want to feature it in the magazine. You're thinking, oh, my God, that's fantastic. And I go, yes, we've got space on the right-hand side for a quarter-page advert. It's only going to cost you £250. So please don't do advertising, because I did fall for some of those and I wasted money on ads. But whenever I got publicity, it really is different, because it's a journalist choosing you. Journalists are highly trained. They have to do their research, their due diligence. So it's not just slapping an advert. It's literally, they've done their, their background checks and all the rest of it on you, and made sure that you are who you are. They'll have checked your website. So it is really key to, to getting out there, getting your name out there. It really is great. So I'm going to recap on what you should be doing. Number one, do your research. Okay, so go through that calendar. Be creative. So look at some of the dates. Sit down with your partner, your business partner, your teenage kids, your younger kid, whoever, and just go, hey, how do you reckon I could tie in my rapping business to May the 4th be with you? I reckon you could do a rap about that, Janet. How can I tie in my business to anything? Be creative. Be proactive. And my final tip is this: go for it, okay? Because if you don't go for it, your competition will. And it could be you. You could be growing your list, and you could be getting recognized, and you could be getting many, many more sales that you're not getting already. You're going to get more inquiries. And you know what? I've got various clients. I think you can see bottom right here, Jessica Lorimer. She appeared on the 5 show, on 5 News, actually, one of my clients. And she got a speaking gig as a result of appearing twice on the TV. So you just don't know who's seeing you, who's reading about you, and what other things come out as a result of it. And then you could be sharing your message with millions, okay? So psychologists, that was my first ever major, can you see bottom left? That was Tamsin. I got her, I think, a 4-page spread in Psychologist back in 2016. The readership, the overall readership of Psychologists is around 3.1 million. So it's phenomenal. I mean, it's probably bigger now because Susie Walker's doing so many Facebook Lives, and she's got Psychologist TV, radio, etc. So you just don't know how far and wide your spread will be. So when I was on the LBC show, I didn't even know that LBC went over to Sweden. I literally thought it was a London show. It's leading Britain's conversation, so it's actually everywhere. And plus, internet days. You can be in, wherever, in Peru, and still listen to Radio 4, which is what I did last year. So, guys, you've got a choice. You're thinking, how on earth do I apply all of this PR info into my life? You can either do it slowly by using trial or error and some of what I've taught you today, or you can do it very, very quickly by using my help. Okay, and I love helping people get into the press, because that's what I'm really passionate about. So at the beginning, I said I'm going to be inviting you to have a PR planning strategy meeting. It's going to be absolutely free. It'll be a 20-minute call, so be laser focused on your business. We can see how we can put all these ideas into your business. And on the call, I'm going to show you how PR can dramatically help your business. And hopefully you'll get some clients in places you've never heard of, a bit like Carlsberg. And then I will be inviting you on the call if I think we're a good fit, and I think I can help you to potentially become one of my VIP clients that I take on this month. So if you'd like to have that call, look at the calendar in more detail together. I'll be very happy to do that. And just so you know, my programs that I develop, they are designed to get you out there as the go-to expert in your field in record time. And I've got another client who sells an amazing product called the Phone Hug. She's in my program at the moment. It's a 6-month program. She's got 3 months left, and she has already had a 300% increase in sales over the Christmas period, and she's just bowled over about how successful the PR has been. So really, if you guys are prepared to roll up your sleeves, then let's have our chat and see whether I can help you. So PR helps you do this. It helps you to shine a light on your business. So I hope that's been helpful. And what we're going to be doing now is here's the link. I don't know if I showed that to you. Busy looking. It's been 47 minutes. We've got a few minutes left. Apply right now. So what you do is you go to amandaruiz.co.uk/apply, and you'll see my link for booking that PR planning for 2019 strategy session. Okay, so if you feel it's relevant for you, if you've enjoyed what I've been teaching, and if you feel you can put more of it into your business, but you're thinking, how do I kind of do that pitch? I need to have a press kit. And there are lots of elements as well to do with doing your PR, but I can help you on that. So I'm going to hand over now to Q&A. So I'm going to open up and see what's in the chat box if there's any questions. Okay. Thanks, Amanda. Can I look at the angle that swimming is great for? Yes, of course you can. Yeah, Sandra has got, can you just say what you do, Sandra? Because I think your story is so good. If you want to share it with everybody, please just type in, because I know what you do, but I don't know if that's largely common knowledge. And I think it's one of those amazing success stories waiting in the wings. Okay. So does anybody have a question? So if so, type it into the box. Chrisula has said, thank you, Amanda. Fab ideas. Blue Monday would be ideal to share with the psychology of colour blue. Ooh, and how it affects our health, wealth, love and relationships. Well, there you go. So you need to be tying in with Vanessa Vinos and getting some of her lovely blue jewellery and rocks and stones. Yeah, so I think blue, but you know, people are still doing shout outs for Blue Monday. Okay, new message. Do you have an idea how to pitch the calendar? Sorry, hang on, let me just read it. Joe has said, if you have an idea to pitch from the calendar, do you go direct to a journalist? Of course you do, Joe. What you need to do is make sure that you've got your bio, but yeah, just go straight to the journalist. But make sure you know exactly what you want to pitch. You need to have like 3 bullet points of what you're going to be talking about. And my biggest tip for everybody, essays, do not write essays to journalists, okay? They have not got any time even to open up their inbox. So what I would do is to just send them 3 bullet points. Hi, so-and-so, loved your article in Huffington Post on XYZ. I'm a swim care specialist, you know, whatever. I'm a mindset and body, blah, blah, blah. I've got a piece for World Health Day, blah, blah, blah. And then boom, 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 3 bullet points. That's how I do it. No, Sandra, can you tell them what you do on your day job? Yes, and thank you for sharing your link. She makes, I mean, her stuff, her swimwear is so stunning. It is unbelievable. It's beautiful leopard print, sexy bikinis. It's really good stuff. So Rachel says, can you explain the difference between pitching to write the article and pitching an idea? So I always have my biggest success. Oh, here we are. Look at this. Okay, I'm just going to interrupt Rachel's answer. Sandra is amazing. I think you're from Birmingham, aren't you, Sandra? And you work at Tesco as a checkout girl. So everybody, I love checkout people, and I always speak Urdu when I meet when I see Indian, well, Asian ones, and I say, you know, I try and greet people in their language if they, you know, if they have a different language. And do you know what? You're a Brummie. You see, I'm from Worcester, so I speak your language, love, isn't it? Anyway, so she's there, so she's doing all, you know, passing over your chicken drumsticks and your spinach and all the rest of it in her dreams. It's like one of the X Factor stories. She is going to be selling, you know, one day she's going to have a really successful business when she gets her big break and gives up being a checkout girl, and she's going to be selling her lovely knitwear, I keep saying knitwear, I'm addicted to that word now, aren't I? Her lovely bikinis. So come on, let's get you the lucky break, Sandra. You need it, you deserve it, but keep checking out and keep smiling. Right. Okay, so Rachel, the difference between writing and actually speaking. Okay, journalists will all say, do not call us, we're busy, we're on deadline, do not call us, we're busy, we're on deadline. I always find the biggest results I get are actually when I've spoken to them, and then they say, okay, can you, you know, pick up the phone and speak to them, but you have to get over the first 30 seconds. You know, so practice your pitch on a local newspaper, on, you know, practice your pitch when you're standing up doing your presenting at a networking event. Try and get fluent in your, hello, my name is so-and-so and I do X, Y, and Z. I've got a great story for you because, okay? So that's talking about it, and then writing the pitch. I've just told you it's, you know, it's basically just being very short and sweet. Make sure you personalize your email to them and say, you know, hello, John, really enjoyed your article in the Sunday Times on blah, blah, blah. It just shows that you're actually human and you are still, you know, you're reading their articles, because otherwise it's just like take and take if you just want to get onto the press like that. So hello, woohoo, I'm back. Any more questions? Any more questions? Any more questions? And here's your link if you want to remember what it is. It's amandaruiz.co.uk/apply. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll just do, how many more minutes? I will wait for another half a minute, and then if nobody writes any more questions in the chat box, I hope to see you on the other side. I hope you've enjoyed it and it's been relevant for your business. Hang on, I've got a chat. Let's have a look. Open up chat. Tabloids. Which tabloids for leadership? Okay, so that's a really good question. So what my question to you is, if you're saying which tabloids, I'd actually go and speak to your clients and ask them what tabloids / newspapers or newspapers they actually read and consume, and that will be the answer. Okay, I can't think off the top of my head for that, but I think just speak to your clients and see what they read. Okay. Can you think of any other unusual hooks? I would have to go through that, the calendar, Sandra. I can't really think about it off the top of my head right now. And Kirsten says there's a website that has all the days. Do you know what's it called? Oh, I don't know what that means, sorry. So I don't really understand what that question is, Kirsten. There's a website that has all the days. Do you know what it's called? Ooh, I don't know. Sorry, I can't answer that question. All the national days. Yes, I think, why don't you just Google it? I don't know what it is. Hopefully my calendar's quite good. But yeah, just look up national days. Vanessa, do you pitch to the radio in the same way? Yes, you do. Absolutely. Are you Vanessa Vinos? Hopefully you are. Buenos dias, if it's you. Yes, it is you. Okay, thank you. Did you like your example for the green and blue? Have you already pitched that to the press? But yeah, radio and TV, same way. You're calling up and you're speaking to them, okay? And just remember, journalists, planners, producers, they are all human. They're all like me and you. They all have very busy jobs. They're all under deadline, but they also, you know, like to be treated nicely, and which everybody will do. So don't just treat them like a commodity. But you know, they will listen. And human interest. If you can put in as much human interest as possible, that would be excellent whenever you're doing your pictures. Okay, so I'm just going to say a massive thank you very much. Oh, here it is. daysoftheyear.com. Right, well, maybe I need to go into that and expand my calendar somewhat. Okay, so I'm going to close the meeting. I am recording it. So, you know, so you can recap if you want. Thank you very much, Britt. It's been great having you on the call. Oh, yes, thank you, Fiona. She's also said, thank the journalists for their time because they're so stretched. I was actually at a New Year's Eve party with a whole bunch of journalists, and yeah, they are very, very, very stretched for time. They hardly have time to open up their inboxes, but if you can have a title which really grabs the attention and it's a very short and snappy email, that is what's going to happen. Okay, so thank you everybody so much, and I will now end the meeting, and I hope you, you know, good luck with your planning for 2019.